Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome to Demella Universe. Thank you so much for joining us. Beautiful beings, we wish to bring through a reading to assist us as we now exit, to assist us all, to assist you all as you now exit the cocoon as we step into the infinity frequencies of 2024 next year. We have been connecting to Source within and all the guides and coming to a greater understanding of the energies, and for the most part, you, the majority of you who have been going through the transformation process with the cocooning, not everyone has been going through the transformation process with the cocooning cycle, for Source is infinite and is anchoring in different ways, right? But for those of you who have been going through this cocooning, through this hermit, through this internal transformation in order for you to become the alchemists, those of you weaving in the frequencies, the light codes of alchemy, of Source mastery, of Source creation, of authentic creation, of the Aquarian light codes, you have been going through a transformation process which requires a cocooning period, and you are all now ready to exit. Each and every single one of you have been going through different cocooning experiences, as we have described a little bit of ours in yesterday's light check, how we had a total spiritual embodiment as Velastri in the cocooning, and now we find ourselves back in the physical as a new frequency Kemet, a physical human experiencing without the conditioning. Each of you have had different ways of experiencing your cocooning. We were completely isolated alone. We had to release everything to be, while others of you still had family, had partners, had children, and yet had to cocoon. Others of you had to travel and cocoon. Others of you had to start new jobs and cocoon. So each of you had a very different experiencing, for we're each weaving different energies. So we have been guided to have a feel your vibration, feel your vibe. We have not had this in a while. And we have 3 crystals here: the Merlinite stone, the Pyrite. I like how we say crystals when most of these are the stone and gems. So Merlinite, Pyrite, and Selenite. And these 3 will be representing, not limited to, for each of you have been having very different energies, but almost primary differences within your cocooning. So different cocooning energies and messages for you as you shift out of the cocooning. For yesterday, we described, in the light check, we described the process of how we are now releasing the ways in which we were as Velastri to now, and the connections and all of those things, because as Velastri, as we embodied Velastri, Velastri has very high vibing frequency energies. It's so wonderful. And we are too, we're high vibing, but different energies, right? Which now that we as Kemet aren't necessarily compatible with our frequency, and that felt jarring, but didn't want to leave them because, oh, we love those energies. We got to know them. They were home to us for the past 3 years. But to understand, we now need to also let you go, just like we let all of the connections in the illusion frequency go. We have to let all the connections in the spirit frequency go, in order for us now to attract and to connect with energies which we are to discover now, as we are now physical source creators. So that is how we are finding this. But all of you, some of you might resonate with it, while others of you are thinking, what? I have no idea what I'm talking about. What is that? That doesn't feel at all like what I'm going through. So we thought, Source, is there a way for us to shed some light for perhaps others who are having very different experiences? And they said, yes, of course. So here it is. Whichever one calls to you, elected, whichever one sings to you. We've asked that source that these energies be very obvious. So horses won't pull you away from the one that's yours. Even if you personally favor selenite in your practice, and you would naturally choose selenite, but the Merlinite's calling you, it's just going to be like you, right? So just really trust your intuition to which frequency calls, and we will receive the understanding as we weave. So Merlinite, ki vek kitaras talavatri, ki vitries talov, ki vikries ki zaturos talavatries kitis, ki vak kitoros talovek, ki vok kiatos, ki vok kries katuros katik. So should that have called you, this is yours. Pyrite, kiriski kivatos, kiriski kivatos kikares kalot, kirias kivikirias katak, kiaturok kikivikirikias katik. Should this frequency have called you, it's yours. And selenite. Rava krias katur kiviarokor kalat, kivirias katar kikivir kikiatos, kivirias katir kikiavot, kiatiries kitis. Okay, we will begin with the Merlinite as number one, then we'll move on to the Pyrite and the Selenite. There will be timestamps below for you to move on to whichever one has called you, for you to receive a bit of clarity and guidance as you now prepare to leave the cocoon, as you now step into your butterfly frequency. Hello, all of you beautiful beings who felt called to the Merlinite. Let us now receive, before we pull an oracle and a tarot, some insight. Kita Kiaves. For those of you who felt resonant with the Merlinite energy, this is a frequency of duality, of the light, the shadow, the unknown, wholeness creation. And your primary frequency of cocooning was to awaken your alchemy, your wholeness creation, your magic, as it were, your spiritual gifts. When you were in your cocoon, your spiritual gifts and your abilities awakened. And you were guided to the different spaces, the different places where you could awaken these energies. And you were understanding and learning about how these energies work within you, awakening your soul frequency and watching it manifest into new energy not generally experienced by the average human. So channeling, mediumship, astral dreaming, energy healing, everything. There's no limit to this. You are all awakening your magic. Like the centaur, the cocooning allowed you to step away from the half-horse, rather the half-human aspect of you being the only creation, the only frequency you could be. You finally noticed, oh, wait a minute, I'm actually half-horse. I wonder what this means. And you delve deep into the magic of your half-mystery, of the unknown, of the shadow, in order to allow you oneness within your spirit and physical. Many of you awakened to spiritual practice, a spiritual practice, a spiritual healing frequency, such as us, awakening our abilities through velastry and stepping into Kemet with these spiritual abilities still awakened. It doesn't mean that all of you had spiritual embodiment. Some of you did, had total spiritual embodiment. Some of you had different collectives and different guides embodied, right? And you were learning, awakening, and restoring your magic into the physical frequency, your healing, your abilities, your skills, and your tools. And now as you shift out of the cocoon, your abilities feel yours. You are owning them now, owning them more than ever before. And you are asked to Viarok Gitar Giatos. Okay, they're saying it's time for the oracle and the tarot. Fascinating. Thank you. The rest shall be in light language, and you will naturally discover it in your own way. The frequency said, Kemet, you have just given the half-horse section with the half-human section, the light with the known human language, and now it's time for the unknown, the shadow, the half-horse aspect. So each of you, if you could close your eyes in order to release all to the shadow. Deep breath in. Vitas katur, deep breath out. Gitares kalovatos, kirikies katis. Deep breath in. Kives kiaturos, gitar kalaturos. Deep breath out. Gitas kalovatos, kivikries katur. Deep breath in. Vitas kiotos, gitares kivalok, gitares katis. And deep breath out. Vitas kiatos, kiviria katas katir. Keep breathing. Kivirias talosatos kituros talovek. Kiviatos kisaturos kiviates kiarikries kalotos. Riavakries kalaturos kiviakiries taloturos kiviatos. Kiriavilivitries kiliavitrias kiazotos kiviatares kazot. Rikies kiaviriaki kalatur kikiarakalatas. Talavarikies kiazotos kiviazotur kaka. Kiria valavata, kirias tavapas, kikivirias kalatur, kikiazatir, kikivias. Voltelis talovalovem vilavatas talovem valavata, kiria, kikivatos kalazatries, kisaturos, kikiavata lava, kirias katur. Riatiries, kikiavolos talavatries katur, kikivet. Miatries, kisaturos, kiatares, kikivatos talavat. Kiviarikies kiatas, kiriakuros kalavatries, kiriaviries kalatas, kiriakuros talavatrias kitas, kiriatiries kilavutus kilatiries kiazakas, riakakalatur kakakatries katuros talavak, kivias talavavatrias, uriatas, kikivias, talos kikiviatos, talos kikivat, Kirias kikizotos talovem balavapaki Ria, 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 ria. Kia, 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 kia. Kia, 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 ria, sati, ria, so, 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 Kiviatas, dalatalas, kiviares. Virias, daves. Virias, daves, kias, atur. Kivialatares, kitur. Kias, dava, vava, valave, miat, viata. Kias. Kias, kias. Okay. Let's pull an oracle card and see what else you receive. A change in the wind. 1 and 2, yes, you see. Light, the magician. 2, the high priestess. The light and the shadow becoming 3, stability. You were really coming into that anchoring, that wholeness. Finally, detaching from the illusion in order for you to really step into your shadow, your magic, your high priestess, all of your gifts, your spiritual abilities, and then now you are merging both the physical and the spiritual abilities, bringing them now into light. You're no longer hiding your abilities, your power. You're no longer hiding your magic, and it's creating a 3, stability. Finally, now when you create in the physical, it's stable, it's not fleeting. It is not fleeting. It is not shaky ground. It is not flimsy. Now when you begin, and Source is really bringing through, now when you begin creating and utilizing your abilities and creating your business, your spiritual practice, spiritual business, your work, your books, your publishings, your tarots, your whatever it is that you're going to be doing, however you're going to be expressing and healing your practice and healing and weaving, it's now stable and you can build upon it. It's now abundant. It's now lucrative. It's now, you can invest in you, you can invest in you, you can invest in you. And you can build it, and it becomes more and more and more. A change in the wind. Finally, positive changes into stability coming your way. You are going to have a very whole life experience, because now the shadow that you were conditioned to ignore and to run away from is now integrated fully within you. So your life is now changing for the better. Finally, things will be positive and work out, and release the fear, release the doubt. Now that you're back, feeling yourself more physical, many of you might feel, oh no, here we are again in this place. Okay, so what's happening? And Source is saying, now invest, now go, now run. Yes, when you were in the cocoon and your abilities were awakening and you were stepping into your power and your magic, you wanted to go, you wanted to do, and yet you were told, be still, be still, be still. And it was frustrating because you are now dipping and understanding your magic and your abilities, and you could create, but it wasn't, you couldn't push it to the, not the limit, but you couldn't run with it, right? So similar to us, when we were Velastri and Dumela Universe was inspired, we understood that for the most part it was to assist, to anchor in light codes, and to bring a source for all of you to have a place where you can have some insight as to where you were. Some of the readings resonated because you were anchoring into the frequency you were anchoring now. Remember, each of us are anchoring different frequencies at different times. It's like this beautiful recipe, and whatever spice was added at that time, that was the highlight energy. So some of the readings were like, no, that's not us, sorry, that's not resonating at all. While other readings were like, that is, you're talking about me. And that was because we were accessing those energies which were being weaving, which were being accessed. And of course, some of the general readings spoke to all of the collective as a whole. So we were tasked with that, right? And it was very specific. We couldn't just post every single day. No. We were guided when to post. We couldn't just run with it. We couldn't run with Dumela Universe and just sit and choose a deck and bring through this and choose this and bring that out and a message from here, a message from this. No, it was like, no, now very specific messages, very specific messages, very specific messages. It was, and we couldn't run with it. And so as much as we did build this beautiful business and platform, we couldn't take it as far as we thought we could, as we wished. So we almost just lost steam, and we're like, okay, well, not as lucrative as we thought. We're not ungrateful, Source, but we just wanted a bit more. We're not ungrateful, Source, but we thought we're not, having that balance. And a lot of you felt that, where you can feel these abilities, but how do I use them? How do I now start a business? And it doesn't really seem to fit in. It doesn't fit in. How do I? It's like, but I've been trying. And Source was saying, in the cocoon, you were not ready. You were still harnessing. You were still growing. You were still perfecting. You were still anchoring. You were still crystallizing. You were asked to just step into it, so that it's such a natural thing, that co-creation component, so that as you step out of the cocoon and now you are within the physical, more grounded, the abilities like breathing. You don't have to think about, you don't have to doubt, oh, is this accurate? Or it's like we release the doubt, release the hesitation. Now you just, whatever it is you do is natural, it's breathing. It's like riding a bike. The human conditioned things of what you must do, learn how to ride a bike, or, learning how to swim, or, all of those things. It's like now you just know how to utilize your abilities, like breathing, like a chef knowing how to make a recipe and cooking it, like a musician playing a guitar. They're just, it's part of your frequency. And that was the cocooning, that was the point. So you got to practice it a little bit to a range that could allow your power to be maximal but not overwhelming, in order for you to still have a chance to integrate and receive and grow. But now that you have crystallized it, winds of change. now you'll see the physical give you opportunity to really practice, to really go, to really engage with your abilities. We have been given free range of Demella Universe. We received a message this morning and Source said, oh, go for it. If you feel like bringing in a message from the fairy realm, just tap into it and go. Just don't decide what message you're going to bring, but just connect with us and we'll bring something through. The angels, if you feel it, will bring something through. This, if we're not really meant to bring something, then you will feel no, but if you want to post every day, you can. It's up to you. Go for it. And it feels weird and tentative, and we're thinking, okay, that's weird. All of a sudden you're saying just go and run and build. And it's like, yes, go, run and invest and build and grow it now, go and grow it and grow it and grow it and invest in you. Because as it grows, it builds more abundance, and that abundance invests more into you, more into your skills, more into what you want to now produce and create. Just go for it now. And a lot of you are going to be feeling now the surge of energy, a change in the wind, where now you can build that business and you know how to utilize your abilities, and you can now access it and use it and grow it and bring it through, and it's stable. Whatever you are building, whatever you're co-creating in is stable. It builds. It's not flaky. Whatever you're inspired, whoever you're inspired to co-create with, whatever you're inspired to do, it grows, it builds. You're going to now be able to utilize this magician frequency, this alchemy, this blending of you. Fascinating and beautiful. And finally, right? Okay, let us pull some tarot. Thank you. Thank you. And nope. Okay. You want a right tap? I mean, left tap rather. Thank you. Okay. Some more from this side. Okay. Thank you. Fascinating. So we're just actually going to do this. Because this was woven with the left, with the right, and woven with the left. That duality coming in very, very strong. Okay, we don't think there's any order, but we'll keep it in this form. So we begin here. Yes. Do not worry. It is time now for the balancing. Infinity, as within, without. You are now whole again. The duality, that infinity frequency 2024, next year, the light, the shadow are whole. You are now finally able to weave, and as you do, when you put in these energies, you receive the abundance. You receive what's owed to you. In the past, in the illusion before the cocoon, in the caterpillar, when you would work so hard in different jobs and different businesses, doing this and that, trying to start something, trying to grow something, trying to start, and it just didn't work, it just didn't catch, it just didn't grow, it just didn't go anywhere. And Source is saying it's not that you're going to only do a spiritual practice. Some of you are going to just remain there, but others of you might dabble in other of the physical things, creativity, maybe doing artworks, music, acting, other things. Medicine. Some of you are going to go into business and commerce, like you are having this blending. Remember, you're a blending of both the physical ways of doing things, but now at a higher frequency, now through your source perspective, not through the illusion. And also now the magic, the source, the weaving, the spiritual gifts, both a blending, right? And wherever you are feeling inspired, whatever you invest in, no longer has that resistance, no longer has you putting so many hours, so many years to amount to little or nothing, but now finally a little goes a long way, putting something in and poof, it brings the rewards. The energy you put in is being brought back to you in equal measure. And it releases your worry. Source is saying, don't worry about, but how am I going to do this? Allow the path to unfold, okay? The path you are taking might be very different from what you thought. Don't worry about it. Some of you wanting to move to a new space, some of you wanting, and all of a sudden you're feeling guided, no, stay where you are, and you're thinking, but Source, how? And just saying, don't worry. What you want to do will be resolved, because now as you invest in what you're doing, the abundance comes, the support comes, the finances come. You are able to save. You're now able to build. You're able to buy and purchase things of stability that you want. And you're able to finally resolve all that debt. Some of you having debt. Some of you having, debts and expenses, which in the cocoon period, no matter how much you try to cover, just stayed there. And you're thinking, oh goodness, love that we're learning all these beautiful things. Love that we're getting this spiritual stuff. But all of those responsibilities, they are not being taken care of, Source. What are we going to do? And Source is saying, trust. It's going to be taken care of. It's going to be harnessed. It's going to be resolved. Because now you have allowed yourself, you took the time to connect to your spiritual source frequency. You took the time to merge the unknown with the known and to allow the known to be unknown. You took the time to become the centaur, to become the wholeness, the zebra. We love this light and shadow. You took the time to become whole with both the frequencies, the light, the shadow, masculine, feminine. You took the time to crystallize. And now that you are in that oneness, you are able to finally, everything that was a worry and a concern in the past, when you were in the illusion, the caterpillar, is being resolved, is being healed. Because finally you are whole, and now that you are whole, when you create, you can finally call in the abundance in everything you are. You were creating with half of you non-existent in the illusion. That's why everything we were doing was almost half and so-so, sometimes good, but not really, and sometimes great, but still not satisfactory. And you thought, am I being ungrateful? And so saying, you're not being ungrateful. You just can feel there's so much more that can be produced, that can be experienced out of this. And yes, there is. You simply had to allow yourself to be all of you in order for you to call it in, and you've done it. And now that more that you know is there is coming through. And a lot of the physical things that you also know, for some of you who want to do music, you're like, but I know that I can also do music, or but I know, but I can also start a business, but I know I also want to do fashion, or but I know I also want to do this. And it's also saying now it works so much more, because now all of you is there. So now you can weave the fabrics of your beautiful clothing with some magic. When somebody wears a garment, they feel healed. It awakens something within them. When somebody plays your song, it heals them. When somebody watches your movie, your play, it heals them. It's not just this physical aspect. You've now woven it with light codes, with your healing, transcendental works of art, of crafts, of whatever it is that you want to express. Really powerful. And look, stable and balanced you are now, grounded within the mental body, emotional body, spirit body, physical body, within your source. You're stable now. You're no longer anxious, indecisive. You just, especially about your abilities, it's really stable. And when you start also exploring in the physical those things you want to do, you're going to find the same stability. You're not going to feel, I'm unsure about the song. You're going to know the song. It's going to feel like, and not know it in arrogance, it's going to feel like, I know the song, I feel the song, I can feel the frequency is just right. and it's going to cause a heart chakra healing, or it's going to lift the frequency, or it's going to allow a purging, or whatever it is. And it's that knowing, because it's that weaving with that source knowing, with your wisdom, with your truth. And you are trusting source now. And you see, you're asked there to trust the path. Don't worry about the path. Don't worry about the how. You are now creating through source vision. As you go, guess what? The next thing will be there. Should you need resources, it'll be on the path. You are now going to be guided along the path where what you need next will come in. So don't question and self-sabotage where you're being guided by source. So saying, stay here, like, but I really want my own place. Stay here, but I really want to go. Stay here. Why? When you're here, you're able to save, you're able to do this, you're able to do this. It's easier right now for you to build this, and before you know it, now you have this tool which allows that next step you want to come with ease. If you now rush the next step, you're stressed there. We don't do stress anymore. We don't do. This is a thing of the past. We no longer anxiety, stress, worry. Nope. And we can feel the energy, so bored of it. It's an energy we're not even interested to even entertain. It's like, I don't know, I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to be worried and anxious. Which is why those responsibilities, like, I know responsibilities, but I actually can't even. And Source is saying that was the training for you not to give these external experiences, this emotionality, this reactionality, this worry, to release those energies. And we ask you now to remain in that space, as now you are guided to. It's best if you stay here. Hey, it's best if you connect with this person. Hey, it's best if you do this. Hey, it's best you're alone. Hey, it's best you're with people. Hey, and you just go, I'm like, okay, Source. And when you're there, you'll see why. And you'll be so grateful, and you realize, okay, this was actually the path of ease. And what you're wanting will come, but at ease. Okay, beautiful beings. So trust, enjoy. You are going to find yourself inspired and ready now to share your abilities in a more practical, physical way. You're going to be inspired as to how to build, how to navigate, how to do these things. And as you do it, it's going to grow. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the physical things coming back. There's a reason why you're exactly where you are. Source is saying it's this balancing, this alchemy, this harmony. You finally really merging your mystical, magical, unknown, divine high priestess self with the physical high priest self, the magician and the enchantress coming together for you to become the ultimate alchemist. You're a weaver in the unknown, in the shadow, and you're a weaver in the light, in the physical, in the known. You have mastered both realms, and now you can finally bring that through fully and richly in all that you do. And so you're encouraged to just trust and trust and trust. And it might feel a bit different, okay? When you're in the cocoon, it was almost very tangible, these weaving energies, because you were really weaving in the shadow, so you could feel your energies very differently. And now that you are in this more physical, the abilities and the way you do things feels a little bit different, for some of you it's the same, for others of you it's a little bit different. It's just more different. So I was saying, don't worry. There was a reason why it had to be hands-on, right? When you are learning in the physical, how to count apples, for example. Sometimes your teacher would cut the slice and apples into pieces, and you would take one and two and three. The physical input allowed you to learn also. Until later, now you count. You don't need to do that to count. You can just count in your head. You don't need to see it. It just happens organically. It's different, but it's still the same magic. It's still the same energy. You are now more, it doesn't have to be so visceral, so overwhelming. It is now like breathing. When you're learning how to drive, right? All the checks, 1, 2, back, here, left, right, ooh, ow. It's so much things to do, and check, check, here, there, check, check. Hand signal, it's so visceral. And then after you've passed your license and driving for a few years, the checks are so brief, it's so natural. It's less intense. So Source is saying, don't worry, it doesn't mean that you are not feeling it, you're disconnected, you've just mastered the energies. You don't want to be always heightened all the time, it's uncomfortable. When it's new, yes, but then once you've mastered it, ease. Welcome the ease of you. Blessed be. Hello, all of you beautiful beings who have aligned with the Pyrite. Let us see what is coming through for you. Stability. You are learning in the cocoon how to own your power and to understand that stability is within you through your desires, through your wants, through your explorations, through what brings you joy, through what brings you happiness, through what delights you, through what brings spark and joy to you. What brings you joyous creation? What brings you joyous energies? What brings you thrill and happiness? Not what the world has asked you or told you is stable, conditioned and programmed you to what is stable, what is responsible, what is the right way to behave. What is the right way to dress in a corporate world, how it's the right way to present yourself in this situation, what is the right way to be and express yourself. You must hold back and minimize yourself. You can't be too outspoken, you can't be too this. What is the most responsible way? What is the most abundant way? Right? Following cultural regulations. No, you are the firstborn, secondborn, you are the male or the female or however you structure it culturally, traditionally, religiously. So no, you cannot do that job. You need to do this job. As the firstborn, you have to do this. As the lastborn, you have to do that. No, as the woman in the household, you have to do this. These are responsibilities, and all of this stuff of pleasing the external as to how be stable. It reminds us quite a bit with the Taurus energy. You worked a lot of the Taurus energy, the Venus energy, that Hierophant energy, where it's stability is within you, within you. Do what brings you joy, and that's your stability. Express yourself how you feel, and that's your stability, and that's being responsible. Do the work and the experiences and have the relationships that awaken your joy and your happiness, and that is good enough. That is respectable. That is the right way. So releasing all of the egoic, cultural, traditional, all of the external influences, whether it's family, friends, career, business, social, country, worldly standards of how you and however you are, however you have been conditioned, gender, age, sexuality, race, creed, whatever it is, and how then you have been decided this is how you are to be stable and this is how you are to be responsible. This is what we expect of you. That had to go. Because you were creating somebody else's dream and idea for you. And yes, some of you it was successful in the worldly sense, but oh goodness, you were miserable. So unhappy. It wasn't worth it. It was not worth it. And you learned to honor your worth and your value. You learned that, hey, actually, what brings me joy is important. What makes me happy is valid. What feels good to me is worthy of experiencing. The expression of me is good. I'm allowed to exist. I'm allowed to be. I'm allowed to have loving relationships, and I'm allowed to surround myself with people who support me and cheer me on, who are there because they just want to be in my energy, not who are there because they can use me and manipulate me. I'm allowed to live a life of my dreams, of my truth. I don't have to please my family. I don't have to please my friends. I don't have to please society. I don't have to please colleagues. I don't have to please all of these external people who, if they really cared about me, would care to know the true me, would care to actually want to experience the joy I have to offer, the joy I know lives within. You learned to claim your existence, your truth, your throne, your crown. You learned to exist in your power. You learned to do what brings you joy and not have to explain it and excuse it and be guilty. You could own it as yours and celebrate it, and it's okay for you. It's more than okay. It's beautiful that you do you in a way which feels good and feels love and feels joyous and feels a celebration of you. You're allowed to exist. And everyone who denied your existence you released. As painful as it was, you let them go. You would rather be alone, happy, joyous and full with life and expression and radiance than rather be surrounded by all these people in misery, in illusion, in their expectation of you, in their projection, in their fears, in their insecurities projected upon you, in their values, in their beliefs, in their truth projected upon you. No, you'd rather be fully alone in the existence of you, of Source, than live another day as a shadow, as a dream of somebody else's own making. How powerful. Freedom was the gift of your cocoon. Divine freedom. We're ready now to connect with you through light language. You may close your eyes, that you may now allow the unknown, the unseen, all of you to be. Deep breath in. Kitas, kivas. Deep breath out. Kiaturos, kivialotos, katis. Deep breath in. Kiviatos, kitriesta, losatos, kivates. Deep breath out. Kivaturos, kiviatos, kiriatos, kiriatos. Deep breath in. Kivitas, kiriazolotur, kikiaratas, katis. Deep breath out. Kiria karalatus talavalovemiat. Deep breath in. Kiria kialaturo talavatries. Kiazotos kiviatos kitares. Deep breath out. Kitir kikialotos kiviatas katares. Keep breathing. Vitries talosatos kivatos. O vitries kalovatos kitoros kilivicries katis. Kiritus kiatares kalosatos kiviatos. Kiries kiazotos kilitiros kiviastaros taros taros. Kiviatos kiatur. Kiviatos kiaturos kivat. Kikilatos uratokoto kiriata. Kiria kuvalatur risirias kiazotos tavek. Kiviazari ari 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 ari. Kiviazari ari 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 ari. Kiviazari ari 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 ari. Kiviazari ari ari ari. Kiviazari ari ari ari. Kiviazari ari 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 ari. Viazaruto rokias tavatur kilivitries. Kikiavatos kikiavarikias katiriek. Kilatares kisitur kikivia katara kilevek. Kiriazatoros kikiazatir kalaturos kivialaturos kivialaturos. Rikias taloval kivialatir kiak. Tavem. Tavem. Yazaza. Pavayata. Okay, let us pull an oracle card and receive more. Ooh, 4, grounding in you, higher power. Kias talova parikies. Kivia kiatur kikivies. You honor the source you are. You honor your truth, your existence. You unlock your higher power. You've come to understand how worthy you are, the value of you, how powerful you are at your existence, at your highest frequency, which is your most authentic expression, that which truly rings true with you, accessing all that you are. And this is how you now will step into the world. Within your highest power, you're gonna shine so brightly in all that you do, for you do it your way, the way which rings true and joyously and full for you, shining brightly. As you now allow yourself to radiate fully, you do not dim your light whatsoever. The fullness of you felt in each and every single moment. Never overwhelming, just full, whole, true, abundant, limitless, never-ending, eternal source energies within all that you do. You see your beauty. You allow your beauty. You allow your strength, your power, your love, your resilience, your wisdom, your courage, your creativity, your healing, your light, your shadow, your love. You create with the highest of energies, for you allow yourself to be there, and you do not let anyone, you don't give anyone the power, to sway you off your path, to limit you, to dim your light, to discredit you, to shame you, to guilt you. Oh no, couldn't be bothered with what anybody thinks about you. In a healthy way. You're not reckless, you're not arrogant, you're just love, truth. And if they can't handle you like this, they should have not entered the kitchen in the first place. They should have left you to cook your delicious recipe alone in peace. Only those who celebrate you here, who are, and it's not an allowing as in they give you permission, but rather their frequency is in harmony with you at the highest frequency. They enjoy, they celebrate you here. And they're there not to take from you, but it's because they are there themselves in their highest power. It's home, it's ease to be bright at all times. And again, it's not overwhelming, it's not work, it's honoring you. At your brightest, you could be as gentle as a candle, as still as a lake without a single ripple. And at your highest and brightest, you can be as bright as the sun and as raging as the waters in a tsunami. And you are honored as a candle, as the sun, as the still lake, as a tsunami. You are honored. You are welcome. You are loved. You're celebrated. For in all those forms, you are love. You are love. For you allow yourself to be in all those forms as love, through love. Your understanding about yourself, the way you see yourself, the way you view yourself is at such a high, loving place. And you operate from there now. And it brings stability, such grounding, such healing to you. As you now navigate the physical realm, as you now leave the sanctuary of the cocoon and manifest it within the physical realm. The sanctuary now is no longer isolated. It is now everywhere you are, for you are the sanctuary now. And you never ever leave your peace, your ease, your love, your truth, your existence, your source, ever again. Glorious. Tarot time. Okay. The Hierophant. I mean, can we even be making this magic up? Taurus energies, can we even be making this up? Yes. Okay. The sun. The Page of Cups. Ooh. The Seven of Swords. And that's it. Okay. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. In the cocoon, you harnessed your highest power. In the physical, you are your higher power. Full existence, full expression, full existence, full manifestation. You radiate, you shine, you don't hold back. Your innocence reawakened, playfulness, exploration. You feel your love, you radiate your love, you shine true, you celebrate who you are, you celebrate life. You exist full and whole and powerful and true and you and glorious and yes, 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 yes. Give us a moment. We actually feel quite inspired to where are you? Where are you? We just keep seeing this here. So the Hierophant. Right. Page of Cups. We love that. It's literally what you were doing in the cocoon, searching for your highest power. Found it. Now it's out there, not going back. Hey, here you are now. Page of Cups. Look at you now, honoring your new ideas. Pigs can fly. Oh, yes, they can, because in your world you are love. Loving your ideas, innocence reawakened, the Page of Cups, innocence, new emotions, new experiencing, new life, new you, imagination awakening, new creations. Oh, playfulness, happiness, existence within playfulness, happiness, newness, a new way of doing things, a new way of expressing, a new way of creating, a new way of understanding, a new way of healing, a new way, a new way, a new way, a new way. And you don't fight it. You don't fight your ideas. You're not trying to make them fit in. You're not trying to make them belong. Unique energies, unique expression, unique you. In love with you, in love with life, in love with ideas, in love with creation, in love with inspiration. Everything in you, everything in you, everything in you. New sight. You awaken new energies within all. You awaken new energies within all. You allow everyone a glimpse of their higher power, of what they can create, should they allow themselves. Innocence, childlike curiosity, freedom. Inner child awakening, playfulness, happiness, imagination, love, love, love. Seven of Swords, investing in you now, investing in your dreams, investing in your vision, in your ideas, in your plan, in your expressions. No longer letting anyone around you influence that which you be, that which you are. Because that's what they were doing. They were taking away from you, sneakily taking your light, because they could see your light. They saw you. They saw all of this that you are, and they were like, okay, we have to keep you small in order for us to keep taking bits of you and keep you small and keep you contained. No, no thank you. No thank you. No thank you. No thank you. Investing in you. No longer letting anyone take away from your light, from your clarity, from your truth. And this is you so strong, so strong in who you are. Just like that Taurus bull energy, you are solidified in your source frequency, and no one can tell you anything about it. They had their chance to love you when you were in your fullness truthfulness, and they rejected you in your truth. And that's now okay. Now that you're shining brightly, oh, well, they will not come back. Oh, I knew you could do it. Oh, I believe. No, you did not. And you'll see it, like, no, no, you did not. Don't lie. Don't gaslight now. Goodbye. You're not interested. You're not interested in those who are now only happy because, oh, wow, it worked out for you. I knew it would. No, thank you. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. And I see you. And no, thank you. You are so strong now. You no longer tolerate BS and gaslighting and those narcissists and the users and the what's that word called? Those who are opportunists. No, thank you. You see them now. You see them for what they are. It was because of the teachings we gave you, the stability and the structure we gave you that you're doing well. No, it was not. You tried to cage me in. I see you. You take full credit for the work you have done. You climbed every single step on your own. You did this. And no one's going to take that credit from you. Imagine the spiritual guides. In the cocoon, you had spiritual guides, spiritual teachers, guiding you to source. And they do not take the credit for the work you've done. How dare these beings who are not interested in doing the work now take credit for the work you've done? No. The audacity, the gall. You are so strong now. We love this. We love you. Blessed be. Hello, all of you beautiful beings who resonated to, were called through the frequency of Selenite. Let us see. Purification, purification, purification. To love all that you are, to return to your purest state. That is what the cocooning process brought you, beautiful beings. Cleansing and purification. We feel such a gentleness, a caress, an honoring of self, a nurturing, a care, a love of self. And purification, of course, is not what the human conditioning and egoic illusion describes. It's not you. It's not that, being pure, being good, being this, being that. No. It's you loving all that you are as you are. Loving all of your quirks. Loving what you feel honors your truth. Releasing the superficiality of, oh, this is how it is to live a spiritual life. All of those social media people, who show themselves doing yoga and meditations and this and then, but when you speak to them, oh no, they're far from healers. It's all for show, while you being true in your magic, in your way, in your creativeness, in your expression, Oh no, you're too loud, you're too much, you're too wild, oh no, you're too creepy, too this, too that, you have to do it this way, you have to be like this, oh no, you're too... and you were like, actually, no, no, no. In the cocoon, like, no, I'm perfect. Divinely perfect. We're all divinely perfect as we are. Yes, we're learning, and we have many things we're doing, and all those imperfections are perfections. All the things that people judge about me, oh, they're loved. They're good. I'm wonderful. I'm beautiful. I am loved, and I'm loving, and I'm caring, and I'm a good person, and I don't pretend. I don't pretend. Oh, you cannot stand falsities and people who pretend. It just irks you. For you would never pretend. There's no point to offer yourself in a way which isn't you. What's the point? That's not existing. That's not existing. That's not existence. That's not being. It's never been, ever been within you to do something to please others, to go along the flow of how others believe. You've always gone against the grain, and it has not been easy. People have not been all that welcoming to you. But in the cocoon, you learned to appreciate all that you are. You learned to release other people's opinion on you. You released all the narcissists and the abusers and those who would use your light to manipulate you and make you feel bad about being you, trying to take your power away from you. Oh, you released all of that. You understood more than ever before that you, at your core, at your truth, at your clarity, you as you are in all that you are. And we giggle, for we can feel you probably dress maybe a bit more edgy, a bit more, how people would say, maybe controversial, the things you enjoy, the things you like dabbling into, the way that you are, people think, oh no, taboo, and yet look at the look at the crystal representing you. Hi. The way that they pretend to be. Oh, pure and gentle and la 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 la, which is not true how they are. When you crack their surface, that's when you see all the toxicity. And within you, oh, purity, love. You are literally the Care Bears of the world. If they just took the time to get to know you as you are, instead of try to fit you into their world, which, to be honest, was too small for you to begin with. You are far too powerful, too bright, too fierce. They cannot handle all of your magic. You are glorious, and the cocooning healed you to understand this. You have such grace. Oh, you have come to the mastery of grace. Total acceptance of you, total acceptance of the situation, total acceptance of that moment. Thus, when you're in that space, you are this ease, this stability. Oh, if there's any disaster, you are the one who is level-headed, clear, sane, just the voice of reason, the voice of love. You are so beautiful. And that word has been something you had to heal and accept, because the world had conditioned beauty into this superficial, this illusion, this stereotypical scale and rating and objectivity. But you have healed yourself to the true beauty, what we truly mean by you are beautiful. It's in your core frequency. I mean, we do not know how you even look like. We haven't seen you physically, so it has nothing to do with that. How you present, how you express, and yet we feel how beautiful you are. We feel so safe in your energy. Wow. If we ever encountered any of you, just be warned, we, Kemet, would hug you and we would not let go. You'd have to pry us off. And not to take anything from you. We would never drain or take from you. Oh, it's just to love you as you just are. And this is what you are, what awaits for you as you now leave the cocoon. Oh, you're gonna be loved. And we giggle because you're gonna be thinking, what's going on? Why can't they just not like us again? That was great. Now they just can't get enough of us. What's happening? But the wonderful thing is, you'll be able to discern those who are just there to take from you and you're not interested. And those who are in their power, in their truth, in their clarity, who have done the work. Oh, we can't get enough of you. And it's not because we want anything from you. You are just home, you see. And the wonderful thing is that we can feel that we are home to you. And for you to feel safe being seen in all that you are. You feeling safe in our presence to be seen in all that you are. Brings us such joy. Oh, it brings us such joy and happiness to know that you feel safe. Because, wow, you are beautiful. You are everything. And you deserve to be treated like the powerful, beautiful, sovereign, loving being you are. Thank you for not allowing the world to destroy you. Thank you for choosing you and coming back home to you. Thank you for believing in the love you are. Thank you for finding your strength, for finding your voice. Thank you for weaving your magic, for weaving your power. Thank you for being you in all the unique, powerful, exquisite ways you are. Thank you for being. Thank you for being. We are honored to have you with us. Honored to have your powerful presence grace us. Honored. Honored. Thank you. Allow yourself to be loved the way you truly deserve. we have some light codes for you to receive, beautiful beings. If you may close your eyes, that you may allow yourself the unknown, all that you are. Deep breath in. Kivara kiatus skates. Deep breath out. Kitries talovem via kiotos katares katis. Deep breath in. Viles kiatur. Viles kiatur kiet kiatur kitas katares. Deep breath out. Kivas kiatis. Kitur kiates kiatos kivekries kitas. Deep breath in. Kives kiviotos, kitur kiaturos kitis. Deep breath out. Kitas kivayet, kiatos kituros talavatries katis. Deep breath in. Kitus talavates, kiatos kitirias katis. Deep breath out. Ritas kiviot. Ritas, kiviot, kiviot, gitares, kivitries, katis. Keep breathing. Kitur, kikiviat, kituros, tavekias. Talavatos, kirikies, kitur, kivakries, kitis. Dilivatos, kiviatur, kikiavet. Kyrialazatres, kituros, kivat. Uvalavatres, kiazotos, kivakries, valavatres, kioso, kukuvikries, kita. Kyriavia kiotos, kiviavia kiatos, kites. Kyriarikiviatos. Kyriavia kyriatos kiazatiries. Riakia tolovates tolovikries tolovakur kikiavetavek. Mitries talosotos kiazetries kiotos kivit. Vilatares talovem vilavitries kiatur kiates. Riavalatur kikiviries kiatur kitas. Dalovam vilavities, kiazos kutros, kivek, kivatries talovatos, kiara kies talovates, kitis, kiria kalotos, tavori, tries tavolovitri katales tavolovatries, kia, 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 kia. Kia, 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 viaturos, kirikiatas, kiria, kiotos tave, kia volovalia larias katir, kiviatares. Kiviatares, kitur, kiateres, kiatak. Riazotos, riavari, riaviri, riavari, riavari, kiastavok. Maria kikaros talotes. Let us pull an oracle and see what else comes through for you. Okay. A leg up and Clean it up. A leg up. As you now step into the world again, out of the cocoon, fully empowered in your truth, not holding back, you are finding you are so supported by everyone, so supported by life, by energies, community. You are supported, you are celebrated, you are assisted, you are looked after. Oh, people, everyone just wants to serve you, and it's not in a enslavement. No, it's everyone just wants to be of service to you, and it's gonna be very weird for you. You're gonna feel overwhelmed. It's gonna feel, what do you want? What do you want from me? What do you want? What are you? What are you? What are you? But you'll be able to feel the genuine energies, because those who are gravitating towards you are those who have done the work. You will feel the intention, so pure, so good. They just want to assist, and with nothing in return. They don't want anything in return. Your offering, your being, your presence, should you co-create and stuff, it's wonderful, but the way you are given things, the way you are offered things, there's no loophole, there's no fine writing, there's no maliciousness, there's no manipulation, there's no maleficence. It is love. And just look at the coloring, right? It is, you are so protected. This mama bear energy. People who are just so protective of you, and it's weird because you don't really need protection, you're so strong, but goodness, the way people come to your defense, let no one give you a wrong look. They will have an army at them. You are just so loved, and it just happens seamlessly and organically. So beautiful. And in that space, it is not this, oh, you are just lounging and receiving. You don't become complacent. You don't become, you utilize this assistance, these resources, because you're interested in building your own energy. You're interested in building your own frequency. You want to clean things up. You're like, okay, wow. It's like you come back to reality and it's like, oof, wow, okay. Whoa, okay. I was gone for a while. Things are a little bit everywhere. I need to get things together. And so when you are receiving all this support and all this assistance, you are utilizing it. You are applying it. It's not gone to waste. You are cleaning up your energy, cleaning up stuff. You are, really, it's this energy of just improving everything you wanted to improve in your life. Everything you wanted to perfect, you're perfecting. Because you're no longer being judged, you're no longer taking anyone into account, you no longer feel betrayed or alone or insignificant. You feel this honoring of all that you are, of all that you bring, and you're able now to really bring it all to you, to your fullness, to imagine you are an artist, right? And before, people would not understand your work, or you didn't feel inspired to create because you were just misunderstood, or you just didn't get the support you required. So, but now that you are here in the space and you're like, oh wow, that exhibition can work. Okay, these pieces are great, but let me I think I have new stuff now. I think so. It's like you're just upgrading everything, because now you have this, and it's not, because now it's not dependent on the external stuff you're receiving. That's a whole other separate energy. You are upgrading everything through your own frequency, through your own energy, and everything you're receiving, it's just a supplementary. It's just allowing the ease of this upgrade, right? You're not holding them responsible for the upgrade. You were going to do this organically by yourself anyway, because you're now inspired and ready to just show who you are without a second thought of what anybody cares. But you're just getting all the support and everything, so it just makes this process sweeter and rich and magical and beautiful. Total upgrade in your life, in all senses of the word, as you now emerge from your cocoon into your new, brand new physical world. So have no fear. The Queen of Swords, in your truth you are. And you have no time for anything. You see, this is why we were laughing. Just look at this, and it's like, ah, and you're like, And it's like, yes, you, powerful, kick-ass, strong, in your truth, edgy, beautiful, and not in this, you're trying to be edgy, not in the superficial way. It's just you have this edge to you, and yet you're just love. Truthful, blunt. You're not sugarcoating for anyone anymore. You're not interested in having to sugarcoat for anyone, in having to please, and you're not making yourself palatable for anyone anymore. You're done. All the people who wanted you to dim down and change and be more presentable, you're like, goodbye. There's another more intense word or phrase I could say for goodbye, but in order for this video to be allowed to reach everyone, we shall say you just say goodbye. You are just not interested in dimming your frequency for anyone. You're in your truth, and it's beautiful. And you attract those in their truth, in their power. They respect your truth. They respect your authenticity so much. Your existence is so loved and appreciated and wanted. Oh, the King of Swords. And the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, that's it. Look at this. Wow. King of Swords. So you're one with your highest frequency, one with source. Again, authenticity, clarity in your power, in your truth. The King and the Queen of Swords, listen, how you are is how you are. And people will take it and deal with it in their own way. And yeah, and it's beautiful. Clarity. You bring such clarity. There's no confusion with you. You enjoy clarity. Clarity is ease. It's beautiful. It's breathing. And we really feel that energy, us as Kemet. We enjoyed clarity as Velastri. We enjoyed clarity as Kemet. We were seeking and longing for clarity as Lasala. And we can feel how clarity is just clarity, truth, authenticity, no confusion. No confusion. It's just home, it's peace, it's beautiful, it's ease. And you are, look at how strong you are. You're in your power here, and no one can take that away from you. So wise, so much wisdom, so much magic, so much alchemy. You bring so much knowledge. You have so much knowledge to offer the world, and you are now sharing it, sharing your truth, sharing your knowledge, sharing your wisdom with everyone. And it's so healing. It's so liberating. Whatever it is you're going to do in the physical, it is truth, it is healing, it is sacred knowledge. Messengers of source, messengers of the divine, you are. Messengers of love, of truth, of clarity, pure source frequency channels, anchoring high frequencies of wisdom into the world. And no matter how it manifests, no matter how it physically manifests. And as you do so, you receive your worth, you receive your value, you receive you receive your power, you are receptive to you, and this world nourishes you. You are just offered. Look at the respect people give you. Just look at you like, When we say you're beautiful, like, I know. And it's not arrogant, it's, I know. Welcome to this. And you receive all that you are worthy and worth. Total upgrade to your physical experience awaits. Thank you for being. We look forward to all that you receive, all that you deservedly receive. Blessed